Okay, let's see. What is it? April 6th, 2017. Here is our question and answer call for our April 5th, I guess, technically starts on April 10th, Spring Shape Up Challenge Group. And so Ashley and I are going to go over a few things. And Lisa, if you have any questions, or Aubrey or Jen, if you have anything you can add, we'd love to hear from you. Jen, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. Before, I don't think you could hear me, and I was making silly.
I didn't know you guys were talking about me. I thought you were
making silly faces.
Someone else. Oh, no. I can hear everything. I thought it was someone else.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about you.
I was like, what is Brooke doing?
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we're just going to go over a couple things that will help you kind of make sure that you are prepared and ready and set up for success for this challenge starting on Monday. But of course, if you're watching this recording later and you have any questions, feel free to comment below after I post this video, or reach out to your coach and we'd be happy to help you. So the first thing we're going to go over is kind of like what to expect, especially if you are new to our challenge groups. So these are accountability and support groups. You know, we are here to support you. Oh, let me do some muting here. Okay. Perfect. No, I think that should work. Okay. So anybody who wants to chime in, just unmute yourself. Don't feel like you can't talk. So, you know, we are here to support you and we want to encourage you and motivate you to do the best that you can. You know, we're all in this together. It's a very supportive. Oh, who do we have? Andrea. Hey, Andrea. Can you hear us? No, I think her screen is frozen. Anyway, hopefully she can hear us eventually. So, you know, we're all in this together. It's meant to be a really fun, somebody else, this is so fun. Erin's here, yay. I'm so easily sidetracked, it's crazy. Okay, focus. Okay, so these groups are really meant to be, you know, fun and positive and motivational and supportive. And so we encourage you to check in at least once a day to the group, because that will help keep you on track. And when everybody else sees that everybody else is chiming in and you know, staying on track, it will kind of motivate the rest of us. And so with that, if you are new to our groups, we have a morning accountability post. So every morning, you know, as early as we can, some of us are in different time zones, we will post some sort of like a picture of ourselves, hopefully like a motivational quote, and we'll always ask you, well, it'll say the day, so like Monday, day one, and it'll always ask you what your workout was that day. So no matter what, you want to chime in with your workout of the day for the accountability. And then more times than not, there's some sort of extra, you know, motivational inspiration. We ask you to rate your workout on a scale of 1 to 10, or we're going to talk something about related to health, whether it's water or, you know, whatever. And so it just kind of, you know, gets your day started and makes it's fun. You'll be surprised. It becomes a habit. You will work out, or you'll check in, or you check in on your way to work knowing that you're going to work out later. But always check in every day after you get your workout in. Comment on that post, because what happens then is that we use those comments and your participation in that accountability post to make a consistency board. And so every morning, starting on day 2, there'll be a consistency board posted. And my disclaimer for this is that it's really just meant to be for fun and to help support you and encourage you to stick with it and, you know, stick it out and do your best. It's not meant to, you know, highlight the days that you're not working out, or if you get hurt and you can't work out, whatever. You know, it's not meant to be, it's meant to be a fun and motivational thing. So use it in that respect if you can. And so every day there is a consistency post, and it'll have your name and it'll have a number next to it. And that number indicates how many times you commented on the daily accountability post. So if it's day 7, you're striving to have a 7 next to your name, all the way up until day, I think, 28. These groups go for 28 days. And like I said, you know, as we see your number go up, that's going to keep you motivated. And as you see everybody else's number go up, that's going to also keep you motivated. So it's really for you and for everybody else. Again, it's just meant to be for fun and keep you accountable. So those are the two things. And then Ashley and I have just this most recent challenge group, and I think going forward, right, Ashley, at least for the next one, the bonus post?
Yeah, I think, we'll continue to do that. So we'll just do a second post during the day.
Yeah. So there will be an additional second post, like Ashley just said, during the day, later in the afternoon or the early evening, just kind of something fun and extra. Usually to kind of help us get to know each other a little bit more, like beyond just the fitness and the programs that we're doing, because it really does become, a fun, positive, motivational kind of community beyond just the fitness and the healthy eating aspect of it. Okay. Anything else to add, Ash?
Whoa, we've got Aaron on here twice. Anything else to add on there is that, so those will be the two main posts during the day, but also we'll be sharing, recipes or other things that pop up, and you are more than welcome. You're more than welcome to post whatever you want on there as well. So if you see quotes or recipes, or, you want to show a picture of you, chugging your water and tag, say, hey, tag you're it, someone else drink it, go for it. We encourage everybody else to post in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, our group, and it's meant for everybody to, to support one another and keep yourself on track. Okay, so then the next thing I wanted to talk about was Shakeology. So we will, oftentimes, like Ashley just said, we'll be sharing recipes. We'll also be sharing Shakeology recipes sometimes too. Once in a while we'll find like a really fun recipe that we want to try, or sometimes on the Beachbody blog, they have really amazing tasting, sounding Shakeology recipes that we want to try. Pinterest has a bajillion recipes you can check out if you are looking to kind of change things up. I'm a creature of habit. I have the same exact recipe every single day at the exact same time every single day. It's chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? I'm a chocolate fan, so I like what I like, and it's just kind of a habit for me. But I know I talk to people sometimes who like to change it up very often, and that's the great thing about Shakeology, is that you can do that because there's so many different ways to make it.
Also, it should come with whatever flavor you got. It should come with the 30-day calendar that has 30 recipes on it. Mm-hmm. Other thing I was just thinking too, Brooke, is that they could ask their coach and go to their coach's Shakeology website, because there's tons of recipes on there as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I encourage you to, if you're new to Shakeology, to try a couple different recipes. It might take a couple different times until you can find like your favorite. You might consider blending it versus just using a shaker cup. I always encourage people to use a blender. I know Ashley often does the shaker cup. The other thing,
I started with the blender.
You did.
I started with the blender because I do think that it adds a little bit more to it. Okay. And then for me, it just got to the point where it's like, I would drink this stuff chunky with warm water because I like it. I do not recommend anyone does that. But, I think it's one of those things, kind of at first you're excited to try all those recipes. And now I'm like, let's just do this.
Let's just, I need it. Forget what I was just going to say.
Just about trying the different recipes and either blending or shaking it, because it might take a little bit to find one.
Do you remember, I meant to look it up earlier, the latest, or Jen, you're in our message thread, the latest,
the yellow?
Autumn's latest theory behind the unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk. She just came out with another video like a week ago.
Oh, Jen, do you know?
So I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. Because I'm big into the almond milk, and that's how I like to mix it that way. But it's like 6 or 8 ounces is now a teaspoon. So
I'm sorry, did you just say a teaspoon?
Yeah.
Oh, 6 to 8 ounces is now considered 1 teaspoon.
Now one.
What? I thought we got a free teaspoon. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Because before
you thought we got an extra teaspoon?
No, I thought that we could only have a teaspoon. Oh. All right. I'm relaxed now. Okay.
Okay.
So 8 ounces of almond milk is no longer a yellow container of unsweetened almond. Yeah.
Or coconut milk.
Yes. It's no longer a yellow container. It's now just a teaspoon.
Perfect.
Okay.
I definitely recommend when you're trying your different recipes, to try those unsweetened almond milk and coconut milk options. I think it makes your shake taste extra yummy, creamy, and delicious. So why not? But you will, if you're reading the book, you will see that that's not what it states in the book, but that's the one thing that like Autumn has, kind of evolved with the writers of the nutrition plan, because there's one thing that she disagreed with. And so she's come out with a couple videos, but that's her most recent one, is a teaspoon. All right. Perfect. Do you have anything else to add about Shakeology?
No, I think that's it. Definitely just let us know if you're looking for new recipes, and if you try one you really like, then share that too.
Mm-hmm. A scoop of, it says it in the book, but in case you miss it, a scoop of Shakeology is the equivalent of a red. And then anything you put into your Shakeology counts as your containers. So you're encouraged to it is a meal replacement shake. So you're encouraged to add things to it, to make it more filling, to make it more yummy or taste different, whatever you want. But whatever you put into your shake comes out of your daily allotment of containers. Literally anything you put into your mouth counts as a container or a spoon, whether it's in the shake form or food form.
Yeah, and actually I was just thinking stuff to put in there for people who don't like vegetables, and I know that I'm not one of those people, but some people cannot get all their veggies in, so you could put a green of spinach in your shake, and I'm not lying, you really can't taste it. It blends right in, the consistency is still fine, so that's a nice way to sneak it in.
Yeah.
I know when I first heard that I was like, all right, spinach and chocolate, let's not go there, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I even encourage people to start with a half a green of spinach.
Yeah.
Work your way up if you still don't mind it. Okay, and then meal prep. I know meal prep can seem overwhelming sometimes for people. My biggest recommendation is, if this is new to you with the containers and meal prepping in general, to keep it very, very, very simple, boring simple for the first week. Just because, the program is new, the workouts are new, you might be getting yourself into a new routine of, waking up early, whatever, they're checking into the group. There's a lot of new stuff. So I would recommend keeping the meal prep and planning pretty simple. Basically, you want to look at, each one of your days as kind of like a puzzle board, and then your containers are your pieces, and it's up to you to configure how you want to configure your day in terms of when you're going to eat which container. For meal prepping, we'll talk about that a little bit more over the next few days, but you will want to have your plan. There are some sample meal plans in the files tab in this group. There's also more on Pinterest, but again, you want to keep it as simple as you can. And then from that meal plan, you will draft your grocery list. And then you will buy those things that you're planning on cooking and eating that week, so that you don't have any wasted food, or you're not wasting money on food that you don't plan to eat. And then in terms of the prep, it's really up to you, whatever works best for you. Over time, I have tried meal prepping on Sundays for an hour or two. Sometimes I can get my husband to help, and that's really time efficient. But then I was realizing after doing it for a couple weeks that by Thursday, Friday, definitely by Saturday, I wanted nothing to do with the food I had prepped the Sunday before, because it just felt old and boring and not very delicious anymore. So I've tried to do a bigger meal prep on Sunday, and then a smaller meal prep on Thursday or even Friday morning. So that way, going into the weekend, the food was fresh, and it was more enticing and exciting because I hadn't been eating it all week. In terms of prep, there's kind of two different ways. You can, wash, cut your veggies and fruits, and then you can portion them out, measure them into the color-coded containers, and then dump it into another Tupperware or a Ziploc baggie, and have it already portioned so it's ready to kind of grab and go, depending on your schedule. If you are packing your lunch the night before for work, you can kind of grab those containers knowing that they're already pre-portioned and, put your lunch together. If you are a busy mom like me, you would have them already portioned in your fridge, so you can grab them and go whenever you're running out the door with the kids or whatnot. Other people want to just kind of wash things and put them in a big Tupperware and measure them out as you go each day. it's completely up to you how you want to do it. But some things that you might consider meal prepping ahead of time, like I said, cutting, washing vegetables, cutting, washing fruits, maybe making some like baked chicken, like a big thing of quinoa or brown rice.
Now that you like quinoa, all of a sudden it's
I like quinoa. Ashley got me on the quinoa train. That's all I can think of.
I would say that. I think another thing that I like to eat is, I'm not like huge on chicken or anything, but I like the 99% lean ground turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just cook that up plain and you do a big batch of it, then throughout the week you could separate it out and have it with, taco seasonings. You could have taco salad one night or taco boats. You could use it with a tomato sauce that does not have sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
You could have it with that and then have it over zoodles or, whole wheat pasta, something like that. And then that way you can just kind of season it throughout the week and you don't just get stuck with like 2 pounds of turkey with taco seasonings, etc.
Yeah, I'm just reading this group.
And then I think, was there anything else you were going to say about meal prep?
I don't think so. I would just, keep it simple. Ask us if you have any questions. I know it can feel overwhelming at first.
Like, don't be picking out 7 new recipes off of Pinterest to try.
No,
I'm just going to say that. Maybe like one great looking recipe off of Pinterest, and then the rest, I would say for the first week, just try to keep it pretty simple, because I've done the aggressive approach and you know what happens to that food? It doesn't get made.
Right.
And then I'm stuck eating like, nothing great.
All
all these like separate things that don't go together because I thought I would make them.
Another thing that works for me, again, because I am a creature of habit, is I'll have, each week my lunches will change, but Monday through Friday of a given week, I have the same lunches. So that's easy to prep. Like salads are good for lunches. A lot of times I'll do just like a protein, a starch, and a veggie. Keep it pretty simple and plain. Rotisserie chickens are really easy.
Yes. All the time.
I think that's good.
Okay. Then I guess next what we'll do is jump into sort of what equipment you'll need depending on your program. So now that I think most people are taking advantage of this awesome all access on demand, there's a hell of a lot of options on there, right? Ooh, sorry, people have children, sorry. There's options on there. So number one, I would recommend, if you haven't done it already, is to chat with your coach about, what program are you going to follow? Off the bat, if you're new, relatively new, I 100% recommend finding one program and sticking to it rather than kind of doing a mashup. I think after maybe you've gotten comfortable with the meal plans and getting in a routine, then if you want to do a mashup, that's totally fine. But there's something to be said, I think, about following a specific program.
Yes.
So that'll depend on the equipment. So I guess a couple that we can go over is the 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. Those you would want a set of light and medium or heavyish types of weights. If you don't currently own weights, I'd say buy 5 pounds and then see if that's going to be your heavy or if that's going to be your light and kind of go from there. Also for Extreme, you'll want a resistance band. And then for pretty much any program, I think you want like a mat for the floor, because there's probably going to be some sort of groundwork. And then Pio, you don't need any equipment, just your body. Insanity Max 30, no equipment. Country Heat size, no equipment. P90X3, which is a new favorite. You'll need medium and heavy weights, a resistance band. And then there's like a door hinge thing. It sounds like way more intense than it is. It's like this foam ball thing that you can basically attach a resistance band to if you don't have a pull-up or a chin-up bar. You can use it that way. And then what else?
Quarter Force has no equipment.
Oh yeah, yep. Quarter Force, nothing, just some shoes. But if you have a program that I did not mention that you're going to be using off of there, I think that equipment covers.
I think so.
Most of it, most of the ones that we're doing right now. Any questions with those? Let us know. Also with the workouts, if you're new to this, or even if you're not new to this, you're going to be sore. It's just the way that it is. Because obviously each day we want to go in with the mindset that we're going to absolutely give it our all, right? And that doesn't matter if you're following, whoever the main trainer is, or if you're following the modifier. So you'll have the option when you look on your screen to select the modifier track if you want to follow that person until you can kind of work up to that full exercise. The modifier is still a killer workout. So, don't think anything, don't think anything different about that, because there's times that I, maybe swap over to the modifier for a couple of exercises and then hop back in with Autumn or Tony, whoever it is that we're working out with. If you need the modifier, use it. Don't try to be Superman, especially not your first week. So there's that. And then when you are sore, there's some days where honestly going to the bathroom, sitting down, you're like, my legs. But the worst thing you can do for your body is to actually skip a workout, because you want to get the blood flowing. You want to kind of loosen those muscles up, get them warm so that they can stretch a little bit. So if anything, I would recommend doing a longer warm up and a longer kind of cool down and stretching, just so that you can loosen those muscles up. And they do, there's tons of things online if you need to do further stretching, but we're also happy to help you in the group.
Yeah.
And, that's one of those other things is when it does get really tough and you need to pause and take a break, that's okay. Or if you need to pause it and rewind until you can perfect a move. And by perfect, I mean, just like do your best. No one's going to be perfect in here. But I definitely recommend, paying attention to the form, because you don't want to obviously hurt yourself. You want to get the most out of it. The tiniest little correction. Sometimes I'm like, I've done this workout. I know what I'm doing. I've done this 20 times. And then I hear Autumn say to someone, all right, well, why don't you sit up a little bit? And then you realize maybe you were just off a tiny bit, but it makes a pretty big difference. Anything else there, Brooke?
I don't think so.
No? Then I think what I'll do is just kind of quickly, for people who have not used Beachbody On Demand, I'm just going to share my screen quick. Perfect. And then show that. All right, let's see. Share screen. So Beachbody On Demand, super exciting, right?
Very.
Let me see. Okay, can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So when you log in, it's going to look like this, and you're going to have all the different programs in here. You'll see that you can search by type, by trainer. Tony's my man right now. But let's use 21 Day Fix as an example. So you'll click on 21 Day Fix, and my computer's been giving me some trouble. And you'll see in here, and this is basically going to be the same exact setup for every single program. When you click on it, you'll see all of the workouts are going to be over here on the left-hand side. If you click on them, it's going to tell you what equipment you need and how long it is. So that's going to be over here. And then on this side, you'll see there's the food list. So I'm not going to go through and click all of these. I just wanted to give you the idea. So the 21 Day Fix food list, I 100% recommend printing this out if you can, because it's going to have tons of foods that you can pick off of when you're doing your meal planning. There's a workout calendar. That's another thing I guess I should have mentioned is when kind of going through and planning out your workouts is look at the workout calendar, because there's going to be one for each program. So you know on what day you should be doing what workout, and it's set up in a way to give certain muscles a rest on certain days. The meal plans are in here. And what's cool is most of the programs use the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So you could go into another program and look at their guide to see if there's different recipes that you want to try. And then a couple of other things that are in here. There's that. And then one other thing I would say is, where is Fixate is what I'm looking for.
If you just go to the member library, it's
will be written there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my internet's just super slow today, so hope everyone has a minute. Okay. Here we go.
Keep going.
Let me move this over. It's in here?
It was, yeah, either in there or keep going. It's not, yeah, it's right there.
Oh, here we go. I usually click on it from the like the top part.
Oh.
Okay, so the Fixate, this is really cool, and I recommend checking this out if you have, a little bit of time. So basically what this is Autumn Calabrese, the creator of the 21 Day Fix, her and her brother, who's a chef, put together this little cooking show. And I don't know why I did quotes. It's a legit cooking show. I'm taking this back. And the episodes are 4 to 15 minutes, so incredibly quick, but there's these foundational videos. And this goes over the containers, going through your pantry, meal prep, a lot of really great stuff. And then as you can see, there's all of these different options that they have for for cooking, and they go over the different, I mean, there's a ton of stuff in here. They go over what the container count is, how to make it super simple and delicious. They do like fun holiday ones. So I definitely recommend checking this out, if you have a chance, and trying out some of the recipes. I think that's it for Beachbody On Demand. Anything else?
No,
okay.
I think that's it.
So let me stop sharing. So that's that. I recommend kind of, playing around in there and getting used to it. And then if you have an iPhone, there's an app for it. So it's just Beachbody On Demand. And what's cool about that, obviously you can work out wherever, but if you're traveling, I think you can do it on your laptop too, right? You could download a workout so that way you don't need Wi-Fi to do your workout. So like I'm going on vacation in May, so I'm going to download the workouts to my phone so I don't have to worry about internet or anything like that. So it's kind of nice and handy.
Yeah.
And the iPhone app is set up pretty similar to the way that the website is. And I think that's it. If anyone has any questions, just let us know on that.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it. And basically, it's not totally it. How we want to go into this group, right? I know that, some of us have been doing this for a long time and some of us are, brand new to this. But here's the thing is that when I start a new group, I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and I still set new goals for it. I still write them down and I put them in a place that I can see them, because it's really easy when life gets busy to be like, you know what? Not today. I did good for the past few days. So you know what? I earned this, 5 days I'm about to take off. And it's like, no, you didn't. Get those goals out and remember why you started. Because it is going to be tough sometimes. And that's what this group is really for, is to be able to say, you know what? I'm struggling today. Could I get some love? Can someone give me like a funny fitness meme like that basically says, you don't get the ASS you want by sitting on it, just some helpful things in there. And that's what the group is really for those days. Don't feel like if you're having a hard time, don't be afraid to say it. If you're rocking it, absolutely say it, kind of get into the group, remember your goals, why you started, and have fun with it.
2 things. When I was talking about the accountability post, I forgot to mention that if you need to skip a workout, if you're like, you literally have the flu or like whatever.
Well, that's the only reason.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but we're not like the police here. But if you do skip a workout, you can still chime in on that accountability post and tell us that you skipped a workout today, because that will help count towards your consistency board number. So we base it off of if you commented on that post one way or the other. We're not really looking at what it says as much as we want your name to be there. We want you to participate. Even if you're participating.
But if I start seeing people say rest day more than a few times, I'm probably going to have to send them a
We'll have to call you out on it for sure. But, or if you forget to chime in and you're like in bed and it's like midnight, don't hop out of bed so you can chime in. If you remember it the next day, scroll through, find yesterday's post, comment on it, and then your numbers will be updated the next day. The other thing is, especially with this Beachbody On Demand, but like a little bit like what Ashley was saying with the whole, having your goals. And we want you to think about your mindset going into this challenge. Obviously with a positive mindset, having, big lofty goals that you want to achieve. But we really want you to think of this as like a lifestyle, creating these healthy habits. It's not a 21-day fix fad diet thing. It's not a, P90X3, you're doing this for 90 days and then you're going to forget about us. Like I love using the term #lifer. And because I feel like with the groups that we have here and the women that I help, it's like, I want you to kind of see this as a lifestyle change. It's just going to become your new normal to work out for 30 minutes a day. It's going to become your new normal to eat mostly healthy and, still cheat here and there. We're all human. Like, we live in a society where there's pasta and pizza and cake, but we're teaching you to have these healthy habits so that when you do have cake, it's okay. You're just going to hop back on board tomorrow. It's not like, you had your cake and your whole 30 days is ruined and it's over and you can never return. Have your cake. If it's your birthday, if it's your baby's birthday, have some cake, have some cake, celebrate, and then join us, get back on track the next day. Because this is a lifestyle. You're here for the long haul. It's not just for this next 28 days.
Well said. So I think that was it. Unless anyone has any questions, or if any come up later, of course, we can always answer them if you comment below.
Yeah, and then we have 3 days left of, Fridays, 3 days left of our prep, and then we officially start on Monday. I think that's it.
Anyone have anything to chime in and say? Well, this is the perfect time of year for this because, right, we're not totally in the warm weather yet, but it's like so close we can taste it, which at least for me kind of gives me a little extra oomph of motivation, right? Because we know it's going to be nice out soon.
Totally.
Hanging outside.
All right. Well, thank you.
Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you in the group soon, probably right after this.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.